Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week I'm taking a look at a great little scope from the Hawk Air Max range. But first up, we're joining Andy Watkins back out on the pests on his Animal Park permission.
Well, it's been about a month since we were last here when me and Tom came for a shoot, so I think it's about time we came for another one. I've got the Wolf Lorraine again with me today. We're just going to be going around and again seeing what we come across. There's a lot of squirrels about, a lot of pigeons and magpies, so we could have a good mixed bag again. We normally do here. Last time we came, I had a couple of rabbits as well as the evening got on. It's autumn now, technically, so I kind of want to make the most of the daylight in the evening. So yeah, we'll just have a little walk around and see how we get on.
Just for clarification, the street where Andy has parked and is now walking down is within the private grounds of the animal park where he is carrying out pest control.
Just spotted a squirrel up in this oak tree, so I'm just going to see if I can use this fence and get a little bit closer. Seems pretty chilly just having a scratch at the minute. A pretty nice squirrel. I mean, it was only like 25 yards away, so that's one on the ground. Let's see if there's any more around. Well, in these woods here I often get one or two squirrels, so I'm just going to walk real slowly through them and see if we come across anything. You don't really need a great deal of camo because there's always people walking around here, so the squirrels are generally pretty used to seeing people milling about. Yeah, nice squirrel, probably about 25 yards I would guess. So just aimed right on target and dropped him with a headshot. Lovely headshot. Well, whether it'll have any effect on our shooting or not, I don't know, I doubt it, but about 3 fields over I can hear the shotguns banging away. There must be pigeon decoying. It's just shot after shot after shot. They're having a far better night than me, I know that. See, I'm walking along this fence line and there's a young magpie just the other side of this track going down here. Didn't seem overly phased, which is a bit unusual because if there's one thing that's skittish around here, it's generally always magpies. But I think just because it was so young, it didn't really know what was going on. So yeah, took a shot and dropped him. That's a rat that's just poked his head out. Can you see it? Oh yeah. Got him. Lovely shot, rolled him straight over. Well, my brother, aka the cameraman, has had to leave me to it now, so I'm out here on my own. And I've just popped up into this little patch of woodland. Now it's quite thick where I am now, but there's a nice patch that I can see there. I think it's a willow tree, and there's often squirrels that just run up and down there. So I'm just going to sit tight in here and see if I can get an opportunity.
That willow looked a lot like an ash to me. Thankfully, Andy's unsupported shooting skills are a lot better than his tree identification, as he proves again with this next shot.
Well, that's one squirrel down. I was waiting in here for probably about 10-15 minutes or so, and I heard a bark coming from some ivy, and then a squirrel popped out, ran up the trunk. I don't know if he saw me, but he was pretty still, so he might have done. And then I took him with a free-handed headshot. So this one's quite a young squirrel, but as you can see, took him with a really nice headshot there, just below the ear. But yeah, I'm gonna move on again and see if I can get anything else. This permission, I like to just keep moving because every place I go, there's just always seems to be another opportunity. So I've just come to the edge of this wood and there's a squirrel foraging on the top of this tree. Just going to wait for him to give me an opportunity. I can see him on the deck now. Really nice shot. There's a squirrel just in this tree. They just keep coming. I'm gonna get the gun. Give it a good blaze. 39 yards. Oh, this gun is laser accurate tonight. I think this is probably the best I've ever shot with the Rain. I'd even go as far as say that was the best ever shot I've had with the Rain. It was only 39 yards. I say only, it's not close range, but it's more than doable. Went for the headshot. I could just see the head, and I could dip the pellet under the branch. And yeah, that's what I did, and dropped him. Dropped absolutely on the spot, lights out.
Andy Watkins and the Walther Rain doing a brilliant job on the pests there. Next up, I'm taking a look at the Hawke Air Max 30 SF compact scope. Not so long ago, I took a look at the Hawke Sidewinder scope and was really impressed by the quality and performance that it offered for its asking price. Now, this is the Hawke Air Max 30 SF Compact. It's been designed specifically for airgun shooting, and I've got to say that I'm just blown away with what a great scope it is for the money. This is the 4 to 16 by 44 variant. There are also 3 to 12 by 40 and 6 to 24 by 50 versions of this particular model. Now this one costs just £289. As the name suggests, it's quite a compact scope. It measures less than 30 centimetres and weighs about 620 grams. With those proportions, it sits pretty comfortably on airguns of all sizes. This scope is covered by Hawke's no-fault lifetime warranty and just feels to be really solidly made. It's got a 30mm monotube chassis made from high quality aluminium, and it's waterproof and nitrogen purged to stop it from fogging up, and it's also shockproof, so there's no concern about using it on a recoiling airgun. On top of that, it's just a really nice looking, cleanly designed scope, which is what I've come to expect from Hawke. This is a second focal plane wide angle scope with a nice wide field of view. Now, Hawke never skimp when it comes to decent glass, even on their more affordable scopes, and the optical quality of this one is really impressive. Now, apart from being sharp, the sight picture is also bright. Now, the 30mm tube obviously assists with light transmission, and that receives a further boost from Hawke's 16-layer lens coating process. Windage and elevation turrets are capped and offer precise, tool-free adjustment. Both of them feature a very clear rotation scale indicator and are resettable. When making adjustments, the dials turn with distinct stops, and each click adjusts the point of impact by 1/10 MRAD. The Air Max 30 SF features Hawke's AMX reticle, which I reckon is one of the best out there when it comes to offering a variety of aim points without looking cluttered or confusing. Now, in the centre you've got a fairly conventional crosshair, but there are also mil dot markers plus a Christmas tree type arrangement in the lower section. Now, all of those markers are nice and fine. Now, they're excellent for compensating for windage and gravity, and on top of that you can also use them for bracketing. The AMX reticle has been designed specifically for airgun use, and on this model can also be illuminated using the dial on the outside of the left-hand turret. Now, that dial gives you a choice of 6 levels of brightness, and it lights up the reticle red for improved contrast. Now, that really helps it to stand out either in low light conditions or when tackling targets that are either silhouetted or presented against a tricky background. The inner wheel on the left-hand turret is the parallax dial. It focuses right down to just 10 yards and out to infinity, turning smoothly but with enough torque to prevent it from drifting. Now there is also a push-fit oversized parallax wheel supplied should you want to use it. Now with the scope set on higher magnification, you can also use the parallax for range estimation when the target snaps into focus. As I've already explained, this is the 4 to 16 times model, which should cover most airgun shooting applications. Although there is also the 6 to 24 times version if you want to really crank it up. Now I've had this one on 10 times for most of the shooting that I've been doing with it, but the lower magnification would be great for fast target acquisition or shooting in low light, and I think 16 times should cover most longer range work. The zoom dial is very grippy, and just like the parallax wheel, it strikes the right balance between smoothness and torque. As with most scopes, you have a fast focus eye bell at the rear. Now this should be set as the first part of your setup once you've got the scope mounted to get the reticle pin sharp for your eye. It's a job you only need to do once. Once you've got it right, just leave it where it is. This is not a gimmicky scope, and Hawke have concentrated on delivering a quality, well-priced optic rather than including a load of freebies, but you do get a few useful extras. I've already mentioned the 3-inch parallax wheel, and you also get a lens cloth, a set of lens caps, a battery for the illuminated reticle, and an Allen key for resetting the turrets. So that's the Hawke Air Max 30 SF Compact 4 to 16 by 44. Now it really is impossible to overemphasize just what a great little scope it is, so do try to take a look at one if you get a chance. Although it's not overly expensive, there just aren't any obvious signs of compromise on it anywhere, and it's just sailed through everything that I've thrown at it. Now, Hawke have a great reputation for producing decent optics at affordable prices, and you really can see why. Now, for under £300, this one really is going to take some beating.
Don't miss the award-winning Airgun Shooter magazine. It's packed with hunting features, reviews, tactics and insight to help you become an even more successful shooter. Get your copy today in shops or online.
I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this week, but as ever, we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits that you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.